that she's gonna divorce you, she's done. It's her dad, because there is no way they are gonna figure it out. It's like a sympathy contest. Like, okay, who's in on all the wrong things?
First and foremost, Sophie actually never said anything about divorcing Rob. It was actually Jasmine that suggested that Sophie gets a divorce with Rob because the relationship is pretty much in the bin. And Sophie merely just said, yeah, I agree, you know, but didn't actually say it. So I don't know why Jasmine is trying to instigate something that didn't really happen. Like, come on, let's not do that. But also at the same time, the Jasmine does make a point. When it comes to the relationship, it does seem as if it's some type of sympathy battle. It's all about Team Rob or Team Sophie. But Rob has something slightly different to say regarding this whole sympathy thing.
I like how she worded that. It's a sympathy competition.
Yes.
It's not about sympathy for me. I want to work it out with her. Is for the sympathy. Is to kind of convince everyone to interrupt me. It's just like, what are we doing? It is valid for never ever coming home, and that's just like, what are we doing?
So Rob's point is, at the end of the day, you know, for him, it's not about sympathy, okay? It's not about team me or team her. It's about the fact that Sophie's always trying to seek validation for her behavior. She's always trying to seek validation for why she's not coming home. And that's why she's always trying to say this, and that, you know? And to be fair, he's not lying, you know? Most of the things that comes out of her mouth is because she's seeking validation from either Rob or seeking validation from her mum or seeking validation from Kay or seeking validation from anyone who will give it to her. That's why Big Ed did say to Kay when she came out that you are literally an enabler. And to be fair, he wasn't lying, you know. Kay being in Sophie's life doesn't help the situation because she's an enabler. She gives Sophie everything that she wants. Sophie is like, she's like that golden child. She's that child that she's been given everything since the moment that she was born. And at the end of the day, when it comes to accountability, that doesn't exist. It's always about me. Give me what I want. If you don't give me what I want, well, then I don't like you. You know what I mean? Make me feel good about my poor choices. Give me a reason why I made a poor choice that isn't that bad. You know what I mean? And Rob isn't lying, but at the same time, that reason alone should have been a reason for Rob to leave Sophie a long time ago.
You have the voice note where I asked this girl to dinner and was trying to...
Yes.
Then pull it up.
You looking for like an excuse to not be in the relationship?
I don't think it's an excuse. Like,
Listen, that's the $1 million question. Listen, I think it's easy to say, yes, she's looking for an excuse, but at the same time, Sophie just isn't really that simple of a person, you know? She's so yo-yo-y, back and forth. But then again, though, she's a Libra, so that means by nature, she's very indecisive. Why didn't I think of that? Hello, Libra over here, indecisive. But at the same time, this level of indecisiveness isn't healthy. This level of indecisiveness is crazy. Batshit crazy. That's if that is the case.
Why do I need an excuse to not be with you? I have it. I sent it to my mom. So she will have it.
Pull up.
She will
Call
have
your mom.
it. That voice note of Rob asking that girl to go out with him for dinner.
Got it either, does she?
You're lying.
Well, what you're doing is you're manipulative. Team...
And this is the point here. You know, Sophie's always looking for saying. And this is why, obviously, it's all about the sympathy play. You know what I mean?
Sophie.
Are you kidding me?
What it looks like, you don't look like...
He up with me. That's what I'm saying. He up with me.
He messed up with you, but yet you're still with him. Make that make sense? You know, the moment she's like, he messed up with me, that's the kind of line that somebody says who knows their worth. You know what? That fool messed up with me, and I'm done. I'm out. I'm dusted. That's it. Finito. But no, with her is he messed up with me, but I'm still gonna stick around and string him along.
And my mom was like, you have to leave him or stay with him, but I'm...
I don't think that Sophie believes in marriage as much as she portrayed herself to.
Right. So her mum said you should either leave him or stay with him, right? In the end, Rob says, I don't think Sophie believes in marriage, Then he hit me. Whose idea was it for these two to get married? Now, here's the thing. Sophie has been carrying along all this madness that happened before they got married. Before they got married, she found out about Rob and his online cheating. She found out about all the things that she didn't like him doing, okay? Before they got married. But she still married him anyway, which is why I say she gives me Angela Deem energy, because she still married him regardless of the fact that he did all these things that made her insecure. The same way Angela still brought Michael to the United States despite the fact that he done all these things to make her feel all insecure, right? So here's the thing. The only difference is between Angela and Michael, between Angela and Sophie, is that in this situation, right, whose idea was it for them to get married? It was Sophie's. Sophie's the one that said, hey, let's get married and I can come move there and then we can be together and we can work on our shiz. They got married. She's now here. But they got married and then she left. She did a flipping Natalia. Got married and then literally left her husband's home and went to live elsewhere. She's a combination of Natalia and Angela put together. Now think about it. Marrying someone, say, yeah, let's make it work. Then you marry them, you get your green card or whatever it is that you needed. And then now you're off gallivanting around with somebody else. Make that make sense. In my opinion, it seems to me as if she has done exactly what Natalie is. It's Natalie. I said Natalia, right? My bad. No, she done the same thing that Natalie did to Mike. She used Rob for a green card. I'm calling it. I'm 100% calling it. Because why marry someone if you know you still don't trust them and you're carrying all these insecurities? She married him to get to the States and she stayed married to him to continue being on TV. Point blank, period. She loves the attention. She loves the fame because her getting attention gives her massive validation. You know, her posting her pictures and getting all these people that now know her comment on how good she looks and all that kind of stuff. You know, saying, and saying things like, I'll have you. Rob doesn't know how to treat you, blah, 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 blah. Pure validation tactic. You know, she uses man, period. No, there's no way you can tell me that there's a point where you all sat there and I can say that I sat and I said to myself, do you know what? She actually wants to be with this guy. She actually values this guy. She actually loves this guy. There's never been a point. Everything has been a stress after stress after stress after stress after stress after stress after stress. All I'm saying is this, right? Who marries someone who they don't trust? Who then moves in with somebody who they don't trust? But then once they marry them, they then move out. But then also at the same time, they string that person along long enough for what to happen? Long enough for the papers to come into place. Don't forget, sometimes people got to play the game where they got to stick around for a bit longer to make sure that the person they're with files all the papers that they need to be able to stay in the United States on a permanent basis. So therefore, even if they leave the country, they'll be allowed back in again. That information I don't know regarding Sophie and Rob. That information, they never really spoke about it. So that is just off the whim. But either way though, tell me otherwise. Why would she suggest marrying a man that she does not trust? Why would she suggest marrying a man that she's going to then leave? Why would she suggest marrying a man knowing that she's not even over their issues? Why marry a man that you request time and time again for all these things? And then he allegedly does them all, but you still got something new to fuss. You know what though? I will say this though. Now this isn't really a Libra thing. This is more of a man thing, to be honest with you. But I want to put it out here. But there are some people in this world, they don't know how to break up with someone. So therefore they will give that person a hard time and want that person to break. Oh, do you know what? That doesn't even make sense because Rob tried to break up with her and she had a whole freaking meltdown when he tried to leave her. Oh my goodness gracious me. This girl doesn't make any sense. Apart from the fact that in my humble opinion, she most likely used him to get to America. That's it. Let me know your thoughts and we can talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.